Okay, hello and welcome to this short presentation of the Skyway Invest Group, or SWIG, business opportunity. Hard times today out there, skyrocketing cost of living, job insecurity, tax creep. It feels like everything is rising in price, and anyone or all the big businesses feel they can charge you a fee for anything and reach into your pocket and take it. So that's why so many people out there today are looking for a way to either supplement or replace their income or exceed it to escape the 9-to-5 grind, or in fact, many people are working 7 till 7, so longer hours these days. So now more than ever, it's actually critical that you take control of your finances, both making what you do earn work for you better, and learn how to generate multiple passive income streams to ultimately become a professional investor and live a life of freedom. All right, so everyone has aspirations of a better future for themselves, and rightly so. All right, whether it's you want a new car, or you want to help with the kids' education, you want to work from home instead of commuting to the office every day or the construction site. You want to live in a nice house or a different location. You want to travel the world and see different cultures, or you just want to help your kids grow up. I posed the question, can SWIG or Skyway Invest Group change your life? And I'm here to show you that it absolutely can, and exactly how you can do it. All right, who am I? My name is Andrew Twelftree. I am a manager within the Skyway Invest Group. I am a private investor both inside and outside of SWIG. I am a full-time online marketer and networker, but I wasn't always, okay? I used to be a civil engineer, so there's me in the hard hat and the orange jacket. I used to play with big boys' toys in the hot, dusty construction sites in Adelaide, Australia, and I was the man in the middle. I had the owners and the upper management from one end, and the foreman and the labourers coming from the other. It was a very high-stress job, but I had to be the first there, last to leave. All right, 6:30 till 6:30 at night most days, 5 to 6 days a week. So they don't leave much time to have a family and enjoy it around that. So I learnt to resent the time I spent there very quickly, and it just became a paycheck. All right. So I love my cryptocurrency. It's on a bit of a surge at the moment. So get your toe in the water there as well. So, and I'm a Skyway Technology co-owner. Now, this is one of the things we're going to talk to you about today. And obviously, I am an Australian with my accent, but I actually live in the Philippines by choice, because I can, and I don't have to be an engineer anymore, okay? A few lifestyle shots there, obviously kayaking in the Twin Lakes just up the road here. And we've got a block of land up in the mountains. Look at the view there, all right? That's standing on where we'd probably build a house. And if I turned around the other way, I'd have a 180-degree ocean view overlooking the island of Cebu. Peaceful, quiet, and beautiful up there. I wish we could just get internet, then I could just build a house up there. All right, we were recently in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. That's the Petronas Towers behind us. If you remember the movie Entrapment, you can see the Sky Bridge. We were actually up there. And while we were there, we went to a SWIG event and actually met Andre Harato, who is our CEO. So we'll meet all them as we go through. Now, what are we going to talk about today? 3 main things. Skyway Technology, which is how this has all come apart. Come apart. How am I doing? The Academy of a Private Investor and Financial Education, and also SWIG, or Skyway Invest Group, which is us, the company we are in. Now, more importantly, we're going to talk about the crypto unit launch, which is our security token launch. These tokens are changing lives, and they will be spitting ongoing residual income as early as July. You need to stick around to see this, because that's what we're all so excited about. Okay, so disclaimer, really fast. SWIG are not registered brokers or advisors. Consider information offered as recommendation or personal advice. All business opportunities come with risks, so please be responsible for your own results. Figures offered are for illustrative purposes only. We do not offer financial advice. Do your own due diligence and seek confirmation from a licensed accountant or financial advisor for compliance in your country. That being said, let me introduce you to a true genius. He is the winner of the Golden Chariot Award in 2017, for the most economically friendly transport system, and is the winner of the Slovakia International Peace Prize in 2018. He is, of course, Dr. Anatoly Yunitsky. He is the Skyway designer and engineer with 40 years experience, and author of over 150 inventions. He has over 100 patents worldwide. And coincidentally enough, the United Nations actually gave him a $1 million grant to prove the validity of the Skyway system, which he did, and that's why we're here today. All right, if you want to know more about Dr. Yunitsky, go to his blog, yunitsky.com. There is a wealth of information and insight on that. He is a very, very smart man. So let's have a look at some of the different technology that's available within the Skyway technology. So that in one sentence. All right. We have a container stack pack racking distribution system, automatic load and unload. Now this is an image from a seaport where you can park the ships out in the ocean rather than coming into the port. Right, that and the cold storage are under development in Dubai as we speak. We have the freight pods existing. All right, you can load with pallets and or loose freight, and they actually move along underneath the tracks, so it doesn't impede trains running above. Now, along with that, we've got ones that for mining companies they're itching for, the ore moving solution. Now, these can run on electricity, and the mining companies in Australia especially are itching for this technology because they will save millions in diesel alone, all right, because they can have a solar farm and have these pods running up and back for free. All right, the next one is the Unibike, which is Skyway's little baby. This is the first prototype they constructed. They carried this around to expos all around the world and got a lot of interest for it. We are certified to build these today. We also have the Unimobile, which is an electric car for disabled people. The chair actually rolls through the back door and clamps down as the driver's seat, so it's a lot more convenient. The Uniwind is a chair lift for mountainous areas or ski fields. Then we've got the Unibus. Now this is the one that gets me excited because of not the first ones we started with, the little stand-up models, but what it's evolved into. This one is basically the size of a bus or a tram, and we can make larger ones. Now, Adelaide, Australia is my hometown. Now, we have trams there. You catch the tram from the medium strip and it moves along with traffic and stops at traffic lights and generally gets in the way. All right, imagine this instead. You still catch the Skyway from the medium strip, but you go up a little escalator or a platform or a staircase up to a platform and then get on the Skyway and it goes whoosh off to your next destination without being impeded whatsoever. The added bonus is beneath it, you actually gain back a lane of traffic. How cool is that? Now, we have a Moscow project that's going to have a network of these very, very shortly and showcase our futuristic solution to the world. And this will start the global rollout. Now, we have the high-speed train. Now, this is our working luxury high-speed model. You can have a look inside. It's absolute luxury. Now, obviously, as this technology develops, there will be larger models that carry more people, all right? But they run up to about 500 kilometres an hour, which enables us to actually build what's called a linear city. Now, this is a really cool concept because we've got a high-speed train, okay? Now, whether we buy some farmland a couple of 100 kilometres or 300 kilometres away from London, or in New York or Sydney, no matter where you are, where a lot of people work, we can actually build a green living city. So all of the surrounding areas around these towers would be housing, gardens, parklands, lakes, walkways, bike tracks, all right? And they're all within walking distance of these towers where all the services will be, all the schools, the hospitals, the shopping centres, florists, dentists, bakeries, all right? All interconnected with Skyway units, the Unibuses, and then you'd have a high-speed train running off to the city where everyone works. So the commute would be 20 to 30 minutes. Now, do you think that would be a rather desirable place to live? And do you think if we owned all of it, there'd be a lot of profit on offer? Absolutely. Now, the other one is we have a drone, which has a 1.5 tonne carrying capacity, which is the only one in the world at the moment. Now, all of this technology, all right, when Skyway first started, they had a vision of building a Unibike, a Unibus, but not what we ended up with. One of these half dozen people stand-up models and a couple of freight models, all right? That's all they had. all of this other technology has been developed as a bonus during the years as a co-owner. All right, now I pose the question, will you be a passenger or a co-owner? Simple as that, because you'll be one or the other in time. So let's have a quick look at some of where the expos we've attended have been. Railway Tech in Indonesia, Future Cities in Dubai. Now, we actually made some pretty significant deals at that expo, and that's why we're constructing there as we speak. Congress in Singapore, Inva Expo in Russia, where we revealed the electric car for disabled people, and the big one, InnoTrans in Germany. It's a massive expo, run every 2 years, and that is the expo that we revealed our high-speed train. How cool is that? And that's Dr. Unitsky hugging his dream. All right. So you can become a co-owner of this technology, which will be built globally. So at this point, I'll introduce you to our CEO of Skyway Invest Group, Andre Hirato. He is a professional investor, a self-made multi-millionaire. He is the founder of Skyway Invest Group, and he is the creator of the Academy of a Private Investor, which is an education course teaching people how to become professional investors. And he is a finance and investments business coach. All right. Andre has a rather large responsibility to help crowdfund for 2 testing facilities. These facilities test and certify different models of both passenger and cargo transportation so that we know it's safe to use. Now, this is where we can use everyone's help. All right. No matter what country you're from, this will be the biggest global project you've seen and will be able to be part of. All right. This is a photograph of the first site where they had an open day here March last year, where a couple of thousand people got to go there, see, feel, ride, smell, touch, and ride. I think I said that in there, but they got to ride the different models. All right. It's called Eco Techno Park. It's built on 36 hectares of land in Belarus, and this was all constructed from crowdfunding. All right. You can see there the rigid line, the station, the semi-rigid line, the slack line, and we've got cargo solutions around the corner here and production facilities close by. The next one is the Innovation Park in the United Arab Emirates in Sharjah. It's built on a 3-kilometre section of land, and this will also be built 100% on crowdfunding. There is the block of land. If you're looking for it, it's opposite the police academy in Sharjah. That's a picture straight after the Golden Shovel ceremony in September, and an interview about 8 weeks ago where you can see behind the construction fully underway. All right. The next project of note will be Moscow. This will be our first commercial project. It's an obvious choice because Unitsky speaks Russian. They'll be there to iron out any problems. All right. Moscow will have 250 kilometres of track connecting 5 airports surrounding the city. It will be a highly profitable Skyway owned and operated project, and there will be a high percentage of crowdfunding to fund it as well. This is a computer generated image, obviously showing you where the track's going to go. Now, if they know that, do you think they've done some planning for it? Absolutely. All right. Give me a moment, I'm a bit croaky this morning. All right, let's quickly talk about the evolution of Skyway and how it's all come about. In 1978, Unitsky came up with the concept as a young engineer. In 2013, 2014, he said, right, it's time to realise this, my dream, and because the world needs it. All right, so he went out looking for joint venture partners, angel investors or billionaires to help raise the money to help develop the technology. Now, they were all willing to give him the money, but they wanted 80% or upwards of the company, all right? So that would mean that he would lose control of the company, and we want him in control because he is the heart and soul of Skyway. So what happened is he knocked them all back, he turned them down, and coincidentally, around the same time, one of Andre Hirato's students in the Academy of a Private Investor actually brought Skyway to him as an investment opportunity to review. All right. Andre put it through his 7-point analysis process and got top marks in every category. So he actually went out and sought out Dr. Unitsky and signed an agreement which effectively began Skyway Invest Group to help crowdfund for their technology development. Now, those sequence of events has allowed us, the mums and dads of the world, an opportunity to get in where normally only joint venture partners and billionaires get to. All right, we're part of something from conception. So at that point, they stepped out a 15-stage development plan, which would encompass fundraising goals and technology development goals. Through the next 4 years, we've done that. All right, we are up to stage 13 out of 13.2 out of 15 stages. We have developed and certified mini models, and there is much more technology under development. We are currently building in the United Arab Emirates as we speak, and the Moscow project is just around the corner. We are in stage 13.2 out of 15, and we have over 300 memorandums of understanding signed with 17 countries around the world. So we have a lineup of projects to come. We have raised well over $100 million out of our $200 million goal, and we are charging towards our goal as we speak. Something really cool is our technology is fully transferable. So we expect that Moscow, when that is underway, that many other projects will pop up around the world concurrently, which is a big word for at the same time. So let's have a look at some of the countries that we are going to build initial projects in. Tanzania, Belarus, Ireland, Ukraine, Russia, Turkey, Italy, Ethiopia, Indonesia, Philippines, India, and Australia. Obviously, there's photos with Unitsky and the leaders in every location. Now, this gentleman here is Rod Hook. He's the head of Skyway Australia. He lives in my hometown. I actually went and met him, sat down for 2 or 3 hours and discussed everything Skyway. And he's told me that, look, there's 70 odd projects in Australia alone that can start whenever we're ready. And he said the ones that he's more excited about are the mines up in the northwest of Australia. They will construct hundreds of kilometres of the freight moving technology and have them run on solar power. So they are itching for it. So for a moment, let's talk about the education information products, which is the core of Skyway Invest Group. But stick around because it'll all make sense on the next slide, okay? Most people would know Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant. We're not going to get into it too much other than left-hand side, active income, right-hand side, passive income. So what are we taught at schools? All right, they teach, I know this was drummed into me, go to school, get good grades, go to university so you can get a good job and you'll have a great life. Now, who knows that model is flawed? All right, when you go to university, you get a crippling higher education tax. I only got 2 years of it when I went to uni out of 4, but it took me 10 years to pay off. You're putting people behind the 8 ball into insane debt as they very first start out in the workforce. You have to work for more like 50 years because they keep bumping up the retirement age because they don't want to pay as many people. Income is limited to your performance. So you can only work so many hours, all right, sell so many things, build, fix, or repair so many things in a day, all right? So you'll have limited assets. Now, self-employed people rarely take holidays, and look, even as an engineer, I got 2 weeks in 5 years because it was always imperative that I was on site, and I rarely got a holiday, or they'd never approve one. And most people live paycheck to paycheck, okay? So if you haven't been doing some investing on this side there, you're going to have limited assets to actually retire on and or leave to your family, all right? So let's look on our side. Our lessons fast-tracked you to the wealth building side of the quadrant, all right? Teach you how to have business interests where you've got people working for you, leveraging their time, or investments where you've got money working for you. This can lead to unlimited, uncapped passive income and financial freedom. Now, when you hear financial freedom, do you have visions of mansions, Lamborghinis, 50-foot yachts and private jets? All right? It's really not. And it's a lot closer than people know, right? If you can earn enough money passively so that you cover your expenses existing with a little bit of change, are you not financially free? I suggest you are. and it's a lot closer than people think. Now, obviously, after that, could you work on some business interests and investments to work on some lifestyle? Absolutely. Right, any day is a holiday on true time freedom. How do you think I don't be an engineer anymore and I live in the Philippines because I want to? All right, because I've got my freedom. All right, and this is a big part of exactly how it's done. All right, so we are creating a legacy and generational wealth. Now, for participating in the education, all right, for example, this is the $100 pack. We get a special gift, a bonus of pre-IPO private equity shares in the Skyway technology. Okay, so this is the $100 pack, which is coincidentally the qualification level for people over 58 or 58 and over to be able to be part of the security token offering we're about to teach you about. All right, this is where we can buy our retirement income, in effect, with passive income. So what is a pre-IPO private equity share? Pre means before, IPO means initial public offering, and in our case it will be on the London Stock Exchange. And private equity shares just means you own part of the company. Now, our shares will float for $1. All right, this will happen after the Moscow project in a year or so's time. All right, we have every reason to believe, and for a number of reasons, the price will zip up to $10 very quickly, and then as more track rolls out, on it will go up and above. All right, so the next pack of note is the $550 pack. Now, this is the qualification level for everybody else to be involved in the security token offering, which we'll get into in a moment. For that, you get 18,700 pre-IPO equity shares. So at $1, that's $18,700, and at $10, it's $187,000. All right. Now, the next pack of note is a $1,000 pack. You get 37,000 equity shares. Okay, 37 grand or 370. And the next one of note is the $4,000 or 4,400 pack, which is called the Express Consultant Pack. It not only comes with about 200,000 equity shares, it also comes with the qualification of consultant within our structure. So you will earn down to infinite depth and never miss a commission. All right. Now at $1, that's around 200 grand. And at $10, it's around $2 million in portfolio value. So how do we actually make money from equity shares? Every company's main goal is to grow in profitability and in assets. And as it does, the value of the stock and the shares increases, which leads to profits and dividends for co-owners and shareholders, us. So let's see how smart investors make money. All right, we'll give you an example here. Microsoft. If you knew how to find, how to research, do your due diligence to get in on this when it first launched at 10 cents per share, they are approximately $100 per share at the moment. If you had 2,700 shares with Microsoft, your portfolio would be worth $270,000. Now, let's for a moment take a look at this. What would it cost you to buy 2,700 shares at 10 cents each? Is it not $270? Is it not 1,000 times that now? Absolutely. Now, this is a real-world example of investing and timesing your money by 1,000. How cool is that? Now, as I explained before, opportunities like Skyway are only usually limited to those who have all the money. Because of the way the events unfolded, that's how we've got our foot in the door, guys. So don't let this one slip. As a co-owner of the Skyway technology, you will benefit from annual dividends that will be paid quarterly. Now, this will happen after the Moscow project, all right? But this is where you need to wake up and pay attention, all right? As a Skyway Invest Group partner, us, you will also benefit from dividends or loyalty bonuses from our investment portfolio. Now, this is the security token offering that we are about to explain. Now, This is a screenshot of the investment portfolio taken at the function in Kuala Lumpur, which I was at. This gentleman here is Igor, and he has a team of researchers working with him looking at investment opportunities for around the world. All right. Back in 2014, Andre Harato had the vision and the foresight to actually know that at some point the Skyway technology would reach stage 15 and would need and would not need any more crowdfunding assistance. Okay, now he knew that we would need an instrument to promote moving forward as Skyway Invest Group members, all right, to carry on the business model. So he actually pulled $26,000 aside out of the company's profits, which he had every right to stick in his own pocket because it was his company, all right? But instead, he started an investment portfolio for us. These days, it is diversified into 21 different investment instruments, all right, in different sectors within the investment industry. Now, as of February this year, that portfolio was worth $10.759 million. That is a growth of 41,281% over the 4 and a bit years. Now, if you divide that by the number of days, it works out at 26% per day. How cool is that? So let's have a look at a few of the different investments that they've got their hands on. All right, they've got real estate in several countries, 300 million Skyway shares. Cryptocurrency holdings, they've got land, they've got Visa and MasterCard shares, Facebook and Twitter shares, FedEx shares, investments in the energy industry, the banking sector. We've got cash investments and holdings, and we have something really cool. We are part owners in a gold mine in Tanzania. Now, who remembers the Gold Rush show with Parker and Todd and the boys up in the, you heading out?
No.
Okay. All right. So in the Yukon, they used to get 1 or 2 ounces per tonne in gold, and they would jump up and down with excitement. But our gold mine in Tanzania is actually producing 6 to 8 ounces per tonne of gold. And we are part owners of it as token holders. How cool is that? Right. Let me try and impart my vision of what we've got our hands on here today with our security token offering. And I will start by what we are not. All right. There has been a term called an ICO go around the world for a couple of years now, where that is an initial coin offering. Now, they will have what's called a white paper and a story. Now, they need a coin that's on the blockchain, but I could do one in about 10 minutes, all right, and have that up and running. All right. The story will be something like, we've got this revolutionary coin that's going to decentralize the banks and disrupt their technology by having instant payments person to person worldwide without any transaction fees, or something to that effect. Now people go, oh wow, that sounds great. We're going to put thousands of dollars in this in the expectation that when and if it reaches the exchanges, you'll be able to sell it for an extreme profit and walk away a rich person. Now, a lot of unscrupulous people played on people's hopes and dreams and did this, and then literally ran away with their millions of dollars. All right. That's why the ICO market has such a bad reputation at the moment. Now, we are not an ICO or an initial coin offering. We have a security token offering. Security being the operative word. That means that there is an asset backing up the token. Very rare, okay? The asset backing our crypto unit, which is the name of our token, crypto unit, the asset backing it is the investment portfolio that I've just explained. Right, 2 things. Number 1, if the asset backing the crypto unit is growing at an astronomical rate and has done for many years, what do you think that will do to the price of the token? will absolutely make the price of the token rise, won't it? Because the underlying value of the backing value is rising in price. Sorry, I got confused there in my own words. All right, number two, with such growth, they can afford to pull anywhere between 5 and 25% of the growth out and pay it back to us in loyalty bonuses or dividends. All right, there is a 3-month wait. After that 3-month wait, we will receive ongoing passive income streams that will only ever grow in value every month for the life of the investment portfolio. Now, they are saying that this portfolio will last for generations. So you will get an ongoing passive income increasing in value every month for the rest of your life. Do you wonder why we're so excited? Because these guys are next level investors and we get to tap in on their expertise. I mean, they get in on stuff we can't even conceive, all right? That, you know, times their money by 1,000 times, all right, for example. Now, let's for a moment drop back and look at the US dollar or the British pound or the Australian dollar. Doesn't matter what currency. Don't you know that the world's financial system is on the edge of having a rather significant crash? There are bubbles all over the place ready to burst. The stock market, the real estate market, all right? Because back in 1971, Richard Nixon temporarily, 50 years ago, removed the gold standard from the US currency, which in effect made it a fiat currency and every other currency around the world the same. At that point, banks and governments were allowed to effectively create money out of thin air and add it to the circulation. And they've been doing so in the droves. All right? Banks have the gall to actually charge us interest, fees and charges to lend money that they just made up. How fair is that? It's not. It's a full scam to the highest degree. All right? Governments, all the quantitative easings they've done, trillions of dollars to bail out the banks to keep the facade or charade going. All right, that's why it's so hard to get by, because there's so much extra currency in circulation that inflation just takes over. All right, now back in now when this financial crisis happens, guys, if you're not ready for it and know that it's coming, you will get wiped out. Slate clean, everything's repossessed. All right. Back in 1950s and 60s, you could actually take your money into a bank and exchange it for gold. All right. Gold is a brilliant store of value. Back in the Roman times, you could actually buy a chariot with a bar of gold. Now you can buy a car, all right? It has held its buying power through the ages, and it will continue to do so because it is a precious metal. Now, imagine if you had these 4 bars of gold sitting on your kitchen table, all right? Apart from going, yay, is there any way that you could turn those 4 bars of gold into 6 or 8 without digging them out of your backyard, buying them, cutting them in half, or hijacking the golden goose? All right, you can't, can you? Because it's a finite amount. Now, over the other side of the fence, our golden goose, I mean, our investment portfolio, we actually can turn it into 6 and 8 bars of gold because we are owners of a gold mine. Right? Did I make my point? Ours is a growing asset. It's like a cash cow. We get to retain ownership of all the tokens and get an income in the form of loyalty bonuses at the same time. If you have Bitcoin, for example, that's great. I have some myself. But when Bitcoin rises in price, you have to actually sell some to realize the profit. They don't pay dividends. Our tokens do. I hope that I get that across to you, all right? This is why we're so excited. Now, the investment portfolio will have several other investments into the future, and these are just a handful, all right? They will have UG Pay, which is a company that's already in existence, and we are working on these at the moment. ATM at the moment, or automatic teller machines. Now, these will have the capacity to enter cash into the machines, all right, and actually buy cryptocurrency, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, all of those, and the crypto unit, ours, all right. And you'll also have the ability to actually put cryptocurrency into it and pull cash out and go and buy your shopping, all right. Do you know how significant that is? Additionally, at the moment, it's very hard to do that. Most countries force you to withdraw your Bitcoin into your bank account, all right, which is an incoming amount of money, an income. You will be taxed on it. If you just spend it on either a global credit card or transfer it into cash and spend it that way, no one knows. All right, I won't elaborate on that too much, but do you think if these ATMs have that capacity that they will get utilised? A lot. We anticipate they will turn over tens of thousands of dollars per day, and there's a 3 to 5% profit margin on every transaction. That is a license to print money, and we will be part owners of it as crypto token holders. All right. Now, the linear cities, as we described before, imagine if our portfolio buys a block of land out in the remote area somewhere about 200-300 kilometres away from a major employment centre or a central business district or city. All right. We then build all the houses, build the towers, all right, build all the skyways between them and build the high-speed train back to the major city. We are part owners then of all of it. You know, whenever you go to the hospital, to the shop, to the dentist, to the florist, all right, you ride the skyway or you catch the high-speed train, we profit from every transaction that we deal with. It's called the new economic evolution of the world, all right? We get to be part owners in everything we do, all right, rather than just be a slave to your employer, all right? Sorry if that's been rattling all the time. Now, there will be opportunities to be involved outside of the investment portfolio in these different projects as well. All right, so you can be a personal investor and a token holder owner and a Skyway equity shareholder. So you triple dip on everything. All right, and we will have many different projects around the world that we will be able to invest in also. So pretty exciting stuff. Now, you can actually share this great opportunity and earn instant incomes paid real time into your back office, which you can either utilize to acquire more tokens or equity shares, or you can pull it out and go and buy shopping with it. All right. Oops. You also earn long-term passive income streams, and the wealth creation is insane. I've been involved for 15 months. Now, during that time, I've accumulated hundreds of thousands of equity shares in the Skyway technology. Now, that will earn me a passive income in years to come. My team, I get commissions day and night. That is a passive income now. And in fact, I've never reached into my pocket again to accumulate all the shares and tokens. And I actually live off the commissions. It is a true passive income on its own. And since the launch of the security token on March 30, I have accumulated a lot of these tokens. And come July, the income that will come from that will be mind-boggling. Okay, now we have all of this available to us. So I have never seen anything that has allowed me or anyone to create the wealth that we have in such a short period of time. All right, very easy to get started. Fill in a form that's given to you by your sponsor. All right, fill in some short KYC documentation. We have lots of news, training and support groups all over the internet, which will help you do whatever you're looking to do. If you're just an investor, you'll get the news announcements. And if you're looking to build a team or share the opportunity, we've obviously got training and support to help you do so as well. Now, we want you to become a professional investor, both inside and outside of SWIG. We want you to create multiple massive passive incomes so that you can generate your financial freedom and then in turn help others to reach theirs. Okay, it's like the old saying, you help a lot of people get what they want, you'll get what you want. Okay, so we can all start doing what we love and follow our passions. Now, what we're also doing is leaving a legacy for our family. all right? The Stevenson family, who first invented the railway line back in the 1800s, their family to this day still receives billions of dollars into their bank account or into their family trust annually because of what they did all that time ago. Now, even though the people who first invented it are long gone, all right, but they are not forgotten. Their family would talk about them every day. So their name lives through the ages, all right? So you have the same opportunity for your family, all right? Set your family up for generations to come, and your name will never be forgotten. So on that note, what we'll actually do is wind up. Let me catch my breath a little moment and open it up for question and answers. And we don't think we'll be getting much out of William because it looks like he's fallen asleep. Oh, no, he's awake. He's just a bit sleepy. Well, we've had a few people jump on while I was talking. That's great. Now, is there any questions, guys? Is there anything that you would like to know? Feel free to unmute yourself and come on out and ask it. All right, or if you're a bit shy, just type it in chat. Oh, Harvey, you came on, buddy. Good on you, mate. Harvey is slaughtering at the moment. He's building a pretty strong little team going there, and it's going to be not going to be a little team for very long. All right. He's out there smashing it, and so is Kirsten. Look, the momentum she's generating from what she's doing right now, months and years to come, they will be very, very happy with themselves, what they're doing. All right. Now, Cam, you're new. Have you got any questions, buddy? Feel free to unmute and ask away if you have. I'll just unmute you, see if I can. Won't let me unmute for some reason, Cam. All right, if you've got any questions.
I got a question.
William, yes.
Yes, you know, Stephen mentioned to you about the verification process.
Yep.
I've had concerns with that. I've got several pending investors that are waiting for verification. And
right.
The word I got back is it's taking 24 to 72 hours to verify now.
Depends how you do it. All right. Now, I've got a page where I step people through that process, okay? It's called andrew12.com/Skyway Start. And I've actually got photos of how you need to submit your documents. And the video on that page steps you through exactly what to do. Now, when people are having problems getting verified, all I need to do is go in to their account, get their documents, crop them so they're the right size, make sure there's no, glare from lights, and make sure you can read it, all right? And you do it as per that video, they get approved every time. It's people making mistakes and not doing it the way they're supposed to that makes the problems. So I've just that page. Huh?
These people are Russians and they don't miss a trick. So I don't know. I'm just wondering.
Well, I mean, I can't speak Russian, so you'll have to help them. But, mate, follow the guidelines on that page. I explain it in English, obviously. But if you do that and help your guys, you'll work out what they need.
Thank you.
Willie, no, the official qualification for the packages is $530, but we say it's $550, and here's why. For $530, you get 15,900 shares. For $550, you get 18,700. So for the additional $20, you get 2,800 extra equity shares. So that's why we don't even mention 530, mate. But it is possible if that's all you've got. But it would be silly not to add $20 to it and get the extra shares. All right. Now, Cam, you were going to ask a question before when Willie jumped out just before you. You there, Cam?
Yeah, it's Cam. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Absolutely, buddy. How you going?
Yeah, no, there's just a lot going on.
There's a lot. I know there's a lot to take in. Yeah. But here's the thing: we've got all of this Skyway technology. We get to be part owners of it. Put that to one side. All right. We have an investment portfolio.
And access to the gold at the same time, and there's many other angles. And access to just have crypto give you money back, which is a very big point. It's really hard to get
It's not a
crypto.
crypto. It's a security token. This is the
Yeah.
confusing. It's not like Bitcoin. All right, it's a token, but there's an asset behind it. So in
Yes, the
effect,
actual view.
our token is like an equity share in the investment portfolio. By owning these tokens, you own part of the investment portfolio, and obviously part of the growth and the dividends that get paid back to us by owning these tokens. So in effect, our investment portfolio is a company on its own. All right, so we own parts of that, and that's how we can get our dividends, loyalty bonuses that will be paid to us out of the profits. It's not like Bitcoin. Yes, it will be on the blockchain. All right, there will actually be a 3-phase rollout. All right, the first phase of our security token rollout is the internal launch. Okay, that is for us, the Skyway Invest Group members. As a bonus, he's giving us first bite at the cherry because we've helped him develop Skyway Invest Group through the last 4.5 years, 5 years. All right, it'll be 5 years in October. So we will get the most discount that these will ever get. So that when we buy in packages now, we get a lot of tokens per dollar. In phase 2 and in phase 3, when it actually gets put out to the public, all right, phase 2 is what we call a global merchandising. It will actually start in December-ish this year once all the 8 stages sell out, all right? And that's when it will go out to financial advisors to distribute to their databases. Right now, if you've got an investment where you earn a commission as a financial investor, all right, and you make your clients money, ongoing passive income, do you think they will promote it to their databases? There will be a lot of interest, okay? Now, they're not going to sell it at, $1,000 for 400,000 tokens. They're going to sell it $1,000 for 1,000 tokens. All right, and they'll still make money. Now, what does that mean for the price of our token? If they're in December and January, they're paying $1 per token. Tokens are worth $1 each, aren't they? All right, so you look at the packages in the back office and work out how much profit that is alone, never alone the ongoing income we'll get for it. Now, phase 2 will last a couple of years, all right? It'll end up on the exchanges like your Binances and your Bitrexes and all those as well, all right, as your financial advisors. Now, phase 3, which actually starts before phase 2, is when we go on the SEC, or the stock exchange in America. It will be licensed. There will be quarterly financial reports, which will be open book. They need to prove where every dollar is going, all right? They are in the process of that at the moment, but it will be released to the public in October, all right, and go and move forward from there. So it will be on the stock exchange where you can actually sell some to bring in some initial cash. And then basically I would retain as many as you can because you get an income from it. So I hope that helps your understanding with it. Like I said, well, like you said, Cam, there is a lot to take in, but really there's only 2 things, all right? Skyway technology, we get to be part owners of it, and the token, we get to be part owners of that, which is an investment portfolio. This will earn you passive income in a couple of years' time. This will earn it now. You need to buy some of this to get that. All right, lots of stuff to take in, but absolutely worth sticking your foot in the door. So you like what you see so far?
Oh yeah, it's mind-blowing.
Absolutely.
You were talking about a watch. Do you have some, like, you were saying there's a watch also we have access to? We're going to get one?
A watch?
Yeah, the company is making a watch as one of the devices, or no? Skyway Technology?
Skyway Technology are all trains. They've got
but it
cars.
have a watch on the horizon.
I didn't see a watch. I don't think I said a watch. Unless you saw something I didn't see. We've got linear cities. We're going to have ATMs. We're going to have different projects around the world. So yeah, it's really cool. So what I'd suggest you do, Cam, is get back with Jade and grab her link, fill it in. Now, see that page I just put on in the chat there? That's the Skyway Start page. That actually steps you through every step of the way on how to register your account and get it verified step by step. So if you watch the video and then execute what it says, you'll get to the end and everything will be set up. All right, that's why I've done it that way. It's the people who try and wing it that get stuck. They don't watch the videos. They just try and do it and get stuck on something. So, all right, are there any other people who have got any questions for me? Feel free to come on out. Or have you got another question, Cam?
No. I'm just gonna. Do you have the same thing you just shared with me, the video? It's kind of on a YouTube as well, I think.
Yeah, I've got recordings on YouTube, lots of them.
Yeah. So I could watch it again, right? Like,
yep. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Because there's a lot going on there.
Okay, yeah, there is.
So we could say like a minimum you have to put in is, let's say, $550. That's
$550, and then over and above that, you would buy a token package. Now they range from $100 up to $8,000, depending on your budget.
And yeah, it just depends. Each dollar you put in, you'll get value back from that as well.
The more you put in, the more tokens you get per dollar. In effect. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
It's like buying at Costco. The more you buy, the bigger the discount. All right. Now, what I'll actually do, guys, is I'll drop in some links into the chat. Right, the first one is a 1-minute teaser and a 22-minute video. All right, which I send to my prospects. All right, it's a short, punchy, enough information to get them interested, but not enough to have them form an opinion. So then they'll have questions. That's when you get them onto a live Zoom like this. All right, the second one is the setup page, and the third one is a more information page where it's got all of the videos all lined up. There's 20 odd on one page, right? So that they don't have to go looking too hard to get the information. All right, so are there any other questions, guys? Sorry, Xavier Bobino. Come on out, buddy. You had a question? You just need to unmute, or I'll try and do it for you. Oh,
yeah.
All right, gotcha. How you going, buddy?
Yes. What I want to know, like for some of the new people, they don't know how to unmute to ask questions sometimes. So maybe you could explain that to them.
I'm good on the computer. Down the bottom left-hand corner, you'll have a microphone. You just click on it to unmute. On a phone, I'm not exactly sure how you do it. You must press the microphone and then OK or something. So I'm not an expert on phone. So just fiddle with it. And if you can't for some reason, just type your question in the chat box and I can unmute you for you if you like.
Okay. How much do we have left yet on this, on phase 2?
There's quite a few packages. Now what they did, because stage 1 sold out in a day and a half, they didn't want that to continue. So what they did is they limited everyone to 1 package each in every stage. All right, so you'll only be able to pay 1 package per stage, and you'll only be able to buy one each of the different packages. All right, so if you've already got an 8,000 pack, you won't be able to buy it again. You'll buy the 5,500, and then down you go. So what they did is they actually added quite a number of packages, which we are working our way through as we speak, which is really cool. I see this as what we call a consolidation phase, all right? We are out there building our teams and we're getting more people in our team ready for stage 3 when that happens. All right, but we are earning commissions along the way. So when stage 3 comes along, if you've built a team of 100 people, all right, which isn't all that hard to do, guys, starts with 1, then 2, then 3, then 5, then 10, then off it goes, all right? You're going to have 100 people when stage 3 opens up, just go bang and buy the big packages, right? Because we've already done the work now. Now, I know what happened in stage 1. Oh, my God. Because I've been building a team for a year. I am still gobsmacked at what happened when stage 1 launched. Commissions were just going like this, hundreds of dollars, right? If you build a team, that too will happen to you, all right? Okay. Not only that, is when people buy packages with tokens in your team, you actually get bonus tokens for doing that. So yes, I got the 8,000 package out of commissions alone, right? So I got 5 million tech tokens, right? I've earned more than that in bonuses, in commissions for tokens, right? Yeah, I know. I'm still gobsmacked at what happened, but I'll tell you a story. My father, he's 75 years old. He's a farmer, all right? He joined this a year ago, and he just put $250 in to support his son, right? What happened is about a week ago, I said, well, why don't you jump on one of these Zoom calls we do, Dad, and have a look? And he did, and his eyes just opened up. He got it. He goes, holy cow, how do I do this, Andrew? I said, well, here's the first thing you do, Dad. Grab a bottle of Plonk, like red wine, go over to James next door and drag him over and say, come and help me drink this, and we'll look at what Andrew's up to. All right, guess what? The neighbour joined. All right, and then he grabbed my cynical brother, all right, who's negative about anything online, and said, sit down and watch this. He joined. He spent $1,000 on that and $1,000 on the tokens. All right. Dad has sponsored 3 people in 4 days. He's a 75-year-old farmer. All right. Here's the cool thing. He has earned over 60,000 tokens for free.
Wow.
All right. And he's brought in 3 people.
Awesome.
All right. So there's a real-world example. Anyone can do that. If my old farmer Joe father can do it, anyone can. Now, I'm not putting him down in any way, but you know why he did that is because he kept it simple. He said, come over here and see what Andrew's up to. That was his invite. And he let me do the selling. Now, if you don't learn from that, here's what you do. You say, Xavier, your friend Brenda, hey, Brenda, you've got to come over and check out what this Andrew guy's doing. This looks awesome. There's your invite right there. Why complicate it? Don't go, we've got this revolutionary new technology that's going to save the world, and there's trains, and we've got this token thing, and we're going to get income from it. Are you well, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to cross their arms and lean back and go, yeah, right, whatever. All right, but if you invite them all excited, go, mate, I reckon I've cracked it. I've seen this thing last night. You've got to check this out. This is going to be epic. And I go, what is it? And I say, oh, mate, this is going to be huge. All right, and they're going to go, what is it? I said, mate, I couldn't even explain it. You got to come and join me on this meeting. They explain it really well. I can't do it. I don't know enough about it. That's it. Get them on a Zoom like this and they'll join, just like Cam.
Right.
All right, he's like, wow, there's a lot to take in, but I love what I see. I'm in. That's what everyone does. I think in 3 weeks, we missed 2 weeks. Only 2 people haven't joined in 3 weeks that I know of. Because we've got something so awesome for people to finally break free of their 9-to-5 grind and have some freedom, have some money to retire on.
Right. You know, and then too, when they hit the market, the Coinbase and all that, then a lot of them gonna wake up then and gonna say, oh, wow, why did I wait so long? Why I didn't get in before then? Look at it now.
Exactly. All right.
Just like Bitcoin.
We get first bite of the cherry before the public gets to see this.
That's why I'm excited.
Absolutely. Now, you'll get people that go, where's your SEC verification? We want to see that. And I say, well, look, it's coming. It'll be there in October. But herein lies the opportunity now. Are you willing to take a leap of faith on the integrity of what these guys have been doing? Now, everything Skyway and Skyway Invest Group have said over the years, they've done and more. All right? The Skyway technology we've been crowdfunding is undeniable. There's YouTube videos of it all over the place. All right? Everything Skyway Invest Group has promised, they've done and more. Right? They actually started this investment portfolio for us 4 years ago and only just announced it now. Do you think they've been planning this for a while? They know exactly what's coming. All right? Yes, so much so that these guys are professional investors. They know the value of this investment portfolio moving into the future. All right? Because every stage within the internal launch, there is an injection of cash into their portfolio. So 40% of every dollar that comes in gets put back into the portfolio. So the portfolio is going from 12 million to 16 to 25 to 30. By the time we get to December, this portfolio will be worth hundreds of millions of dollars, starting at 12. Yeah. All right. when they release it to the public at $1 each, 40 cents of every dollar will go back into the portfolio. So just for an example, the 1,000 pack in stage 2 right now, I think there's about 500 of them left. For $1,000, you get 350,000 tokens. Now, with what we've been discussing, what's that going to be worth in December? $350,000, right?
Wow.
They are predicting that because there is like the investment portfolio, and they've got 80 billion shares. Now, 30 billion is being released in an internal launch now. Us, 20 billion will be released on the exchanges and to financial advisors in the global merchandising, and 20 billion will be released on the stock exchange, the US stock exchange. And there is 10 billion left for liquidity, all right, which is very smart. Now, the fact that they are rolling these out is extremely smart, all right? If they just dump them all on the market all at once, it just wouldn't be the same. So all of these other 40 billion tokens they're going to sell for at least $1 to $10 each, all right? If they sell 40 billion at $10, that's $400 billion. 40% of that goes into our investment portfolio. Big
That's
numbers,
good.
I know, but what's 40% of $40 billion? $400 billion. That's what, 160 billion will actually go into our investment portfolio and be shared with us. They know.
I had another question, though.
Yes, mate.
I wanted to find out, someone was asking me about, do they have a chart or anything in the back office to show, like from the $100, how many shares you get, and like for, we know the token for $100, what is it, 18? I think it's 18,000.
Yep.
For the token. Do they have to have a chart for each one of them to show how much it would actually be?
I've got one, and I'll show you right now. I nearly clicked end meeting then. Right, here it is. It's in Russian, but here is the thing. Stage 1. All right, this is what we got. Now, I actually was lucky enough to get that one right there. All right, out of commissions. Right, we are currently in stage 2. Now, the 8,000, 5,000, and 2,500 packages are sold out. We've still got 1,000, 500, 350, 250, and $100 packages in stage 1. All right, but look at this. Stage 3, after we sell out all of these packages in stage 2, look at the top package in stage 3. There is a very little reduction in price. You go from 4,240,000 to 4 million. All right, you get 2,385,000 instead of 2,500,000. You see, they don't drop by much. So the tokens you'll get in stage 3 will be almost as many as the stage 2. So what we're doing now is we're building a team, all right? We're building a team, and when they all jump in and buy in stage 3, your commissions will go and roll up. Because to be honest, I was waiting on a few commissions to get the 2,500 pack in the first stage, and it went so quickly that I went, oh shit, I might be able to get the 5.3, and it went straight through that, up through straight through 8,000, and I went, okay, buy. I bought the 8,000, and 90% of it was out of commissions. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, insane. I'm still gobsmacked at what happened. All right. Now that's because I had a team. All right. But I've gone out and built that over a year. But you can have a team in 3 days. All right. I don't know if Veronica's on today, but oh no, she's got her daughter's soccer or something. But Veronica actually joined about a week ago. All right.
Yeah.
She got on the phone and said, hey, holy cow, I reckon I've cracked it. You got to jump on and have a look at this. She did that to 7 people. 6 of them jumped on the call the following day, and all of them joined. So she had a team of 6 in a day. Now those 6 people now are doing the same for themselves. So she's gone from a team of 0 to a team of 25 in a week.
Wow.
And it's got momentum. Now all she did, where is it? See this thing here? This phone?
Right.
There is an empire in here. All you've got to go and use it. The little green button. Now, here's what I say. Talk to people, don't text them, because they cannot hear your emotion in a text. They cannot hear the excitement in your voice in a text. They cannot hear your excitement in an email. All right? If you, I mean, the people you know, your acquaintances, you might ring up and say, hey, Clyde, how you going, mate? We haven't talked in a couple of months. How you going, brother? And you go, I'm doing good. Although, you know, last week they made me work 15 hours overtime and I didn't get paid for it, the mongrels. All right. My electricity bill came in. It was $200 more expensive. All right. Oh, and the neighbour, that dog won't shut up. You know, like they'll start complaining about things in their life. All right. Human nature. All right. Here's one line I'll give to you. One line. What are you going to do about that? All right. If they start complaining, what are you going to do about that? You know what happens then? A trigger in their mind goes off and their mind subconsciously starts looking for a solution to their problems. Like this, trigger goes on. Guess what? They are now open. And if you say, oh, by the way, I'm on the run, I've got to get moving, I've got someone else to call, but mate, we got this, I watched something last night that was insane. They go, what? Because now they're looking for a solution. What? Oh, this is going to be epic, right? What is it? I couldn't explain it. You need to get on this call in about an hour's time and check it out with me. You see if you see what I see. All right, that's your invite. Do not complicate it, guys. You raise their anticipation and let me do the selling for you. All right, they get their questions answered in these question and answer times. All right, you don't have to do, for want of better words, shit. And you want that. You want them to know that all you did was ring up all excited and say, get on this Zoom call. Because you know what will happen? They will think, mate, Xavier did nothing to get me to join. I can do this. And that's what you want. Right? Because what happens then, duplication in your team, and you'll get what Veronica happened to her. 6 people in a day and 25 people within the week and growing.
Wow, that's awesome.
So there's a little training course for you right there. Did you hear that, Ida? All right?
Yeah.
If you're looking to market on Facebook, Ida, all right? That do what I just said then, but you can do it in a messenger chat, all right? You add friends, but make sure they're professional looking, like have a nice account. Make sure they're real people, all right? You make a friend, all right?
All right, I heard you.
Yep. So what we did about the contacting, you can do that either in person, on the phone, or in Facebook Messenger. Now you need to make a friend on Facebook. So you ask them about themselves. You share something of yourself. You find 3 things in common. All right. Now this can be done in as little as 3 or 4 minutes. All right. Now people won't join you unless they know, like, and trust you.
All right.
All right, William. The link to invite people to this meeting is the same link that you joined on. Every day, twice a day. So, and if you want it, you can go down to the bottom of the screen and click invite, and it will pop up for you. So yes, invite people using that link to these meetings. We are run twice a day, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, USA, and 8:30 p.m. Melbourne time, Australia, which works out, I think, at about 6:30 in the morning, US time, all right, in Eastern time. So we run these 7 days a week, all right, twice a day. And I have a ball doing this. I mean, I've probably got enough tokens that I'll never have to worry about money ever again. But what I love seeing is the glints in people's eyes come back that have lost hope. And they're just struggling away in life. I mean, you can see the excitement come back in people's lives. It's infectious. And when people come to these meetings, they see what's going on. They look around at other people, and they look at the excitement and what's going on, and they want to be part of it. This is what people are missing in life sometimes, is a purpose, as a community to be part of. All right, so it's a real buzz. So absolutely utilise these meetings while we're running them. All right, invite as many guests as you can. And what will happen is your team will explode as well. So is there any other questions, guys? I seem to be on the soapbox a bit tonight. Feel free to come on out. Sorry, guys, I'm back. My internet dropped for a few seconds.
Yeah.
All right. Was there any other questions, guys, before we wind up? No, all good. Well, look at this. How cool is that? Right, now, if there's any other questions, feel free to reach out to your sponsor and get the information. You can jump on my YouTube channel. There's heaps of videos you can learn from. Yeah, mic drop, walk off stage. Exactly, Mark. Exactly. Right. Here's what I'll say. Get into your sponsor, get the link, join, pay your $5.50 and buy a token package. And your life has just changed. Mic drop, walk off stage. Absolutely. I love that. Wish I had a microphone. I could just do it. You know, I'll do it with a phone case and walk off. So on that, any last questions or shall we call it? Now, I know we've got, Easter's coming up at some point, or are we in Easter? I don't know. Every day's the same for me. I don't have to go to work. When's Easter? Does anyone know? Is that next weekend?
I think it's next weekend.
Next weekend. There's two trains of thought on that. You could have the people who are stuck at home because they can't afford a holiday and they want to build a business, or you've got the ones that go away on holidays. I'm only going to do day trips, so if people want to still do that, I can run the meeting still. If you want to build build through Easter, because a lot of people are home and they can do it. I've built teams over Christmas, like Christmas Day. Oh my God. We had a stage change on Boxing Day, the day after Christmas. I was on Zooms all day Christmas Day, signing up heaps of people and spending a lot of money. I earned a lot of money on Christmas Day. So if you want to keep running straight through.
Yeah, I'm always working. So yeah, that's great.
All right. We're not going to stop. We're just going to keep doing 2 meetings a day. All right.
Let's keep running.
Well, while we've got momentum, absolutely. Let's just ride this train all the way home. I don't know about you.
Keep running.
My team has grown by over 100 people in 4 days. I'm just stunned at what's happening.
I have people coming in every day.
Yeah, Brenda, your team will be exploding as well. Same with Alicia. God, even Clyde, Kirsten, your team's starting to grow as well. Right? Everyone's is, because we're all tapping into these meetings. And I'm not big noting myself. All I'm doing is a bloke having a crack. Right? You really have her on for half an hour telling a story. And people join because it's so damn good. All right, and because we've got access to the live Zooms, these are so powerful because people look around at other people. Right, you don't get that on a video. Right, these things are so powerful because we tap into them. And thank you to all you guys for supporting them and allowing this to be so powerful. Because I think yesterday and today, I think we've been in the 20s, but before that, we had over 50 people every day during the week. Now, Friday and Saturday night, so traditionally slower.
Oh, we're all frozen. Look at this.
Well, we've still got, what, 20 odd people in the room now. How many have we got in here? 22. So, I mean, I expect Sunday night, Monday through Thursday, we'll be back over the 50 people or 60 people a day. Again. And everyone's joining us. How cool is that? So really looking forward to it, guys. So on that note, I'm going to zip up to the mountain and get on my motorbike. I might try and strap the camera to my chest, guys, so you can see it.
Yeah, thanks for that, Andrew.
It's a wild ride up the mountains. So I'll be back tonight, 6:30 p.m. my time, which is 6:30 a.m. US time, or 8:30 p.m. Australia time. Now, that meeting, we are still building the momentum we've got in this meeting. So if you can attend that, absolutely do. And if you can invite a guest, absolutely do that as well. So until then, guys, keep rocking it. Get back to the person who invited you, sign up and get funded, and then start inviting some of the people you know, because it'll change your life. Absolutely. Right. I'm going to unmute everyone. Right. Can we have a show of hands and a bit of a woohoo? Who's excited? Yup, yup, absolutely. All right, guys. Everyone be awesome. I'll catch you tonight. See ya. Oh, sorry, was there one more question? William?
No, I had something to say. Yep. You know, the money is like incredible, but how about the idea of saving the planet?
Oh, absolutely.
The idea of changing people's lives? That's phenomenal.
All for that as well.
All for that.
Awesome. All right, guys. It looks like we're about to head out the door. So be awesome. Catch you tomorrow night. See ya.
Anyway,